Hi, everyone. So I'm Vincent from XWiki. I have two hats. One is as a developer of the open source project, so I'm one of the committers. And the other hat is I'm CTO of the company offering services on top of this open source project. So today I'm going to show you in the 15 minutes, that's very fast, a few of the new features in XWiki. Of course, I had to make a choice because it would be too long in 15 minutes. So the first, how many of you know about XWiki? I've heard about XWiki. Can you raise your hands, please? So that's about half of the room. So just very quickly, it's a tool that you can use to create collaborative intranet, knowledge bases, documentation websites, even standard websites, or actually any time you have you need to collaborate on content with several people and you want to author content with people. So let's so my talk is just a demo. Let's dive directly into the demo because we don't have much time. So this is how XWiki looks like if you download it and install it. What I'm going to show you first is one of the features we've developed over the past year, which we call nested pages. So this is a feature sponsored by Amazon. So Amazon has chosen XWiki as its intranet. And they've asked us and they sponsored the development of the ability to have pages at any level. So they have like 2 million pages with 18 levels of hierarchies. So they needed this, and so that's what we did. So let's create a new page, for example, from here. So create. So let's call it, I don't know, OW2con', for example. Let's make it a blank page to start with. And as part of this work, we've also integrated a new editor, a new WYSIWYG editor based on CKEditor. And that's the new editor. So it's a standard editor. You can have styles and everything. That's pretty standard. You can drag and drop images also. You can resize the image. Actually, if I can get hold of hit here. So I've created a page here. So now let's imagine I want to move the page to an existing location. I can do so. I can preserve the links. Let's imagine I want to move that to, for example, the Sandbox space. So I can do that. And you see now we have a page, the page that is under another page. So this is the Sandbox. And if we look at the navigation on the left, we see that there is another page. And we can create another page inside that page. For example, let's say presentation 1. It's a bit hard to type with one hand, by the way. Not obvious. And I can use a template. For example, I can use an article template here. And that would create a new page based on some predefined template. Presentation, for example, blah, blah, some default content. This is just to show you. So this is showing you also the template feature at the same time. And now I have 3 levels. If you see in the hierarchy, there is the Sandbox, then the OW2con' page, and then the presentation page. So that's quite powerful, and you can go at any level you want. Okay, the other feature I wanted to show you quickly is the menu application that we've bundled in XWiki. So this is a way to customize your wiki. Imagine that you want, for example, a menu at the top here. So I need to log in as administrator for doing that. I was a simple user till now. So I've got an admin user in my wiki. Okay, I'm now administrator, and you see there is an application called menu that appears here at the top left. So I can create a menu, for example. Let's call it, I don't know, top menu. And okay, there is a default. We populate with some default content. You see, it's actually you edit it as a page, but you can create a list of items, and you can put anything you want. For example, let's say a link to I don't know, xwiki.org, for example, here, and I can create a link. It's a link to. It's a link to a URL, for example. Okay, and then this menu, I need to decide where I want to display it. So I can display it at the top after the page header. I can display it as a right panel, as a left panel. So let's do it as a page header, and the visibility for my current user only, or for the whole wiki, for everyone in the wiki. So let's do that. So as soon as I've done that, you see suddenly at the top, I have a menu that corresponds to the structure that I've edited. And I can make modification as much as I want, and that's pretty simple to do. So this is just showing one type of customization that's new that we've developed recently. And you see those panels on the left and right. Well, you can do the same kind of thing. So another interesting thing is the ability to customize the look and feel. So if we go to the administration, there is a look and feel section here, and we have a notion of themes. So by default, we've got a theme defined, but we can control a lot of things like all the colors, the fonts, the even placement of things. Can make changes on base colors, on anything, and this preview is pretty nice because you can see live actually what's how it's going to affect your wiki. You see here, for example, I've changed this color. And you can see here, you can even navigate in your wiki and see how it affects it. Okay, let's not save that. Let's go back. So these are basic features. Now, what I wanted to show you was something a little bit more advanced. So we have the ability to install extensions in the wiki. So predefined extension that have already been published. And I wanted to show you one. It's called the OnlyOffice extension. And it's the ability to directly create from within your wiki Word, Excel, and PowerPoint presentation in their format, in the Microsoft or LibreOffice formats. It's also the ability for you to attach any of those files to wiki pages and be able to edit them directly from the wiki. So why would you want to do that? Well, as you know, the wiki paradigm is actually to move away from this type of documents that are spread out in your emails and everywhere, and we want to have a single place where everyone can see the latest up-to-date information. However, as a transition phase, it's interesting to be able to start with a wiki and do the one place for all information, but also be able to integrate existing content while doing your migration to this new paradigm. So I'm going to demonstrate that, and I'm going to demonstrate at the same time the ability to install extension with one click in your wiki. It's actually 2 clicks, I think. So here you see I can say install new application. I'm viewing that because I'm an admin, so I can click on it. And I will go to the admin listing. It's actually gathering now all the extensions it can find on internet, actually on known extension repositories. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is that good. Normally it's quite fast, but I guess it has some issues. It should come if it's a bit slow. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay. So there are in total there are about 600 something extensions that exist. They're not all to the same quality level. There are some very good ones. There are some that are not that interesting. So we have a notion of recommended extensions. You see some of them here. You can search. I can search for OnlyOffice, for example. It's here, so I can install it. It tells me what dependency it has and what will be installed in my wiki. I can click continue to install. Okay, and it is installed. So this extension actually brings a new feature in the attachment tab. So if I go there are these actually 3 new buttons that exist. So I can create, for example, a new document, a Word document. So let's call it test. And so I'm still inside my wiki, and now I'm editing a new document with all the UI that you're all used to. And then I can save and view. And when I do that, it's actually saved as an attachment in my wiki here. And I can later edit it, etc. So I can do the same with a spreadsheet and a presentation. So that's an example of one extension that exists. There are lots. You can have a blog application, a forum application, a meeting manager, etc. There are plenty. Now, what's also very interesting, and that's what differentiates XWiki from other wikis, is the ability to yourself create new extensions or application in your wiki. And I want to demonstrate that very quickly, and I hope I can do it quickly with one hand. So in more application, I can create my own here, create your own. So we're going to create, as an example, some holiday request application, for example. Imagine you want to manage your holiday request within XWiki. So I will call it holidays. So what do we need for a holiday application? We need the user, an employee. So I'm just call it employee. What do I need? I need a date for the start date of the holiday request. So start. I need duration. So for how many days? What else do I need? Yes, I need a status, because the employee will request one, but there needs to be some manager to actually validate it. So I'm going to say pending and approved. Approved, and I'm going to remove the default choices that I had. Okay, and I need a manager. So let's take another user. Okay, and that's it. So now actually I can specify the icon of the application, in which space, in which part of the wiki this application is available. By default, it's the whole wiki. And this little wizard will prepare a home page for this application. So I can have some description, blah blah blah. And I can and on the home page, it's going to generate. There will be a table listing all the holiday requests. So I can customize that table. I can put the fields that I have created, like employee, start, duration, status. Let's put them all. And the manager. There are some default ones that I can actually move or remove. Let's keep it like this, and done. And here, so that's done. Now you see on the left menu, there is now a new application in my wiki called Holidays. So anyone coming in can click Holidays. Well, I'm logged in as admin here. I've created as admin, so I have some option like editing it, deleting entries, etc. But if you're a standard user, you will only be able to add new entries. So let's add a new holiday request. Okay, let's say it's my. No, you can put a date or whatever you want as a title. So employee, let's see, okay, that's me. I'm going to take holidays starting tomorrow and for 30 days, because I like holidays. Spending, and who's my manager? Let's say I don't have many users on this wiki. Let's say the administrator of the wiki is my manager. And that's it. So that's my page. I can go back to the holiday either from the breadcrumb or from the menu here. And now there's an entry here. So we can create a lot of entries. They can be filtered. Those fields are filters. Yeah, and that's it. So now, and you can go back and you can edit, so that my manager can edit the page, change to. Oh, I should have put a radio button and save, etc. And that's it. That's all I wanted to show you. Thank you very much. Thank you.